Ryan, go on.
Yo! Straight up, huh? How did they get the camera like ready for that? That's wild. That was a great shot, by the way. What's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and you can already see Rakai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
Hello, governor.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm glad you got that big giant smile on your face because we are about to jump into some dark waters. This is Adolescence, episode 2 of a 4-part miniseries. Listen, episode 1 is probably one of the more unique pieces of television that I've ever seen. I'll even go that far out on a limb. And it was good on top of it. How are you feeling about the series?
I mean, I think the series so far is pretty compelling. I'm intrigued and I'm in. I mean, the story is, I don't know, I'm Black in America, so I'm not that super impressed by it. But it was intriguing that it happened in Britain. And I was more impressed by the technical aspects of episode 1 than the story. But, you know, put both those together and we on to something. So let's go. Yeah,
so listen, make sure you stay to the very end because you already know me and Rakai. We're going to chop it up, have a bit of a back and forth over the things we've enjoyed and over some of the things we may be scratching our heads over. So without any further ado, let's get started. I've been working with Michael Clare, so I almost did my thanks Netflix because, you know, that's just the thing.
We have the dooms. I'm going to go out on a limb and say these pictures of these children were victims to violence.
I would say so. But the violence in this one is kind of unique for American school violence. We don't really get a lot of stabbings. That's not a thing that really happens. We get a lot of shootings, but not a lot of stabbings.
But I mean, you're talking about a country that, you know, everybody got a gun.
Probably gonna have to come into your class, all right? Promise I'll leave you alone.
Oh, that's why he didn't want to go to school. That's why his son didn't want to go to school, too.
Might be a bit raw.
Yeah, we know. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't important.
Well, thanks for coming, yeah.
I wonder if his son's got any insight towards this.
That could be interesting. Now, keep in mind, for those that are watching with this for the first time, the very first episode was all one shot, one take. We don't know if they're going to continue that, but that was what made that episode so
far,
unique.
right now, they are.
I didn't hear nothing. Did you?
You won't. It's not like he's going to have his phone on him.
Right?
I just didn't say nothing. I don't want to be in trouble.
You're not in trouble.
Yeah.
They know something.
Well, he is.
They didn't hid the knife or something.
The hell's going on with people putting trash on this table?
Oh. The damn police officer started getting bullied.
Oh, that's his son.
I have to come into your class, all right? Promise I'll leave you alone.
That's the cop's son.
I need £1.20 though, sir.
No, you don't. You don't free dinners.
14 pounds, then, huh?
Yeah, he's getting bullied.
Is your school safe?
God.
His damn daddy, the po-po.
And on school property. And they talk about security guards and metal detectors.
We still at one shot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we break in and break in. How are you going to do that, man?
Are you guys from Haywood Street?
Yeah.
He talking about break into the jail to get Jamie. Kids.
Yeah.
Kids saying dumb stuff.
Jade, do you want to pop inside the office for us? Okay.
Pop inside.
Thank you. Thanks. Take a seat.
She gonna tell a story about that little boy as a monster.
Sure what time you'll be back, so... Look, if you don't mind, we wanted to...
I don't mind.
She gonna paint a hell of a picture.
It's a bit flash, don't you think?
Look, we can tell you that we have arrested her.
Just tossed it back down.
Jade, you were good friends with Katie, that's right, isn't it?
Her best friend.
Can you tell us about her?
You only got a kid in the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's off if you didn't know. He didn't get your cheekbones, did he?
I don't see what that has to do
Can you
with
tell me
what-
about him?
Ooh, she got a mouth on her.
She shouldn't be. Because she got stabbed. She was the best person I knew. That's it.
Bad about
You are! You are! I can hear it in all
all of you?
We're not.
Jade.
Can I go now, lower school?
Bit of politeness.
Well, I
please.
really feel him.
Call a woman lower school.
So sorry, she's very upset.
Shall we crack on with the next one?
Shall we?
Yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
Now, what did he say about his son again?
Sorry about that.
What did she say about his son?
All right, we'll start you in 8G.
She said, well, when he asked her, can you tell me about Kaine? She said, well, don't you got boy hair? Well, tell me about him. She said something about he was off. He didn't have his cheekbones.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, let's go.
Guys, stop it.
His son and they're getting bullied.
Jim will do it, sir. Come on, listen to the man.
Oh, shit, he did.
Stop swearing, please.
Look, calm down. We have made,
Shut your little dumb ass up.
but we are here today
you in.
because we still haven't found the murder weapon. All right, I know that sounds very serious, and
Them two little boys got it.
talk to us if you need to, all right?
Is it true you've got a video?
Any other situations, any other
Why
issues?
she think everything's so damn funny? It's like, yeah, you own it.
We protected you.
Sorry, I'm late. You must be the police, yeah?
You was for the police.
That fool gonna say we protected you.
I'm gonna give Mr. Malik my card. Has a police station number on
He
it.
looked disheveled.
Yeah.
Go to Mr. Malik, he'll come to us, all right? Thank you.
Mr. Malik had Taco Bell for dinner
Yeah,
last
that's
night.
what I'm saying.
Why do schools always have that same smell? It's like a mixture of vomit, cabbage, and masturbation. It's horrible. Do you really think we're going to find
Thinking
a
about his
knife
son,
here?
I bet.
We may have enough.
I know he wants to look in the window.
Walk past the school on CCTV. It was dark,
I
I
get
know.
that. I get it.
And I don't have a motive.
I know you need a motive.
They don't know why, and they got no weapon.
Jade girl was so angry.
She's upset, mate. They're all going to be very upset.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. Mr. Malik's nearly qualified.
That's all good. Thank you, Mrs. Fenner.
Shall we
Let's
carry on?
Nearly qualified.
Nearly qualified.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to go to isolation? Because I can't send you to isolation. No problem
Oh,
whatsoever.
they had IS. Y'all got ISS over there?
I guess so. Do the police, are they carrying guns? Do they have guns?
I don't think they're strapped. No.
keep an eye out for any of the kids that react funny when we're in class.
They
We'll
got,
chase them
like,
up after school, yeah?
Yeah.
A grape whistle? What do the police carry? Like, how you know they're police?
I
Okay.
always just assumed the stereotype was that they carried batons, but I don't see that either.
That's all I want to be useful.
Go to 10G.
Yes, of course, Mr. Curtis.
A taser or something?
Maybe.
Right, that is it. Not another word. Put your pen down, put your hands down, and watch the video.
Just another day in paradise.
Now, they're here because they care about this school. And as many of you know, the Bascombe is also Adam's dad.
Oh, there, he's right
Why
there.
would you do that? Like,
I said stop that, Fredo. I said stop that! See me after class.
And they did that in front of your daddy.
I don't want to keep you long, all right? You know, it was a terrible...
they called his dad a pig. So I knew it smelled like bacon.
Sorry about this. Okay, make an orderly line, we will proceed. Calmly go swiftly.
Fire alarm?
Filing out of the school. Try and stay in straight line.
That's on purpose.
It isn't terrorism. No, stay in lines.
She said, you think it's terrorists? I bet they all shook.
Both. No time to grab your things. Straight down. No messing.
When the kids pulled that,
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a false alarm.
they didn't want them to get too close. Probably one of them kids got the knife in their backpack.
Thanks so much.
Let's go. Keep it moving.
So where are we?
We're going to gather in the tennis.
Yeah, he really doesn't have a police like utility belt.
No. It might be a
Even
rule,
if
too,
you're-
that you can't bring guns into a school. Regardless
Yeah,
of who you
I
are.
don't think that rule applies to police.
I wouldn't know, you know? When these kids are fucking impossible, I mean, what am I supposed to do?
I think something up with him. Something is up with him. A little angry ass.
She's staring somebody down.
Ryan! What have you done?
Oh!
So wagwan. A bitch ass mother.
Take it to Mrs. Bailey.
Okay, sit up. Slowly, that's it.
Why she roll up on him and called him the murderer?
Please. This is the last time. In your lines now. You, in your lines.
Okay. Is it another kid that looks like Jamie who actually did it?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Girls Girls, seriously. Girls, back in your line.
Let's get you back to 10G.
Because maybe that's why Jamie kept saying he didn't do it.
It's right now.
I think he'll be
Because he didn't. He's covering for one of his boys.
It's okay.
Okay.
Even though, shit, that shit's out the window.
That's okay.
I'm like, wait, he did what now? Oh, yeah, it wasn't me.
It wouldn't surprise me if Jade pulled the fire alarm just so she could get that lick in.
But I mean, but now she did it again in front of the police. Now, we got some questions. You have to get your solicitor here, because get your parents, because not only what you did, but what you said, you know more than you saying.
Put that phone away and get back to class now. Shut up, miss. Excuse me?
Hey, he told her straight up to shut up.
I said keep going, please, up the stairs.
These are British schools. They ain't got nothing on American schools. I have seen it firsthand my own eyes. Never to me, though. I'll slap a kid. I will slap you and your daddy.
Not the kids.
Get back to class, well done.
Yes, the kids.
Well,
Make
Ryan
sure you
and Jamie look like the least likely people to be violent.
Do you mind if I have a word with Ryan?
And that's exactly what can make them violent.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, sir? Good.
Well, he definitely knows something.
Sitting at home playing shooter games, listening to Insane Clown Posse, some dumb shit. Oh no, it's Brit though. They probably listen to that British rap.
It's a bit mad, wasn't it?
Yeah, hopefully not.
Oh,
They say you sausage.
don't ask. I was probably a bit younger than you, maybe about 9.
I'm like, are we bonding right now? Because I'm confused. What's happening?
Yeah, you were popular in school, though.
What makes you say that?
Just no? You were?
Cause you got on a tight ass shirt right now, my boy.
I mean, would you like to have your guardian here or a solicitor, right?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Dang.
Did Jamie ever talk to you about his feelings, like how he was feeling?
Yeah, no.
He's like, nah, we boys. Dog.
Yeah.
We talk about feelings.
The knife that Jamie
Yeah,
used.
cool. But
Look,
I need to go now.
Ryan.
Because they said they keep me back. I don't...
Hey, lying.
No, please, I need to get
Right,
back.
you've hit your head, so can you come back in?
Oh, I just noticed she was okay. She was impaired. Okay.
He lying.
Yeah, he probably knows
Him,
exactly where that knife is.
Him and that little boy, black boy, got the knife. They know where it's at.
Are you serious?
Your mum needs to be told about this.
She'll be mad at me because she'll have to get out of work.
You should have thought about that
Yeah,
for you.
she in an emotional heightened state right now.
How are you two? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you getting on better now?
It's okay, yeah.
She mad because she got the uniform on. That's why.
But where do you want me going?
To make kids wear sweater vests is criminal.
Mm.
I'm not walking around places Katie's been.
Mm.
It's a black mama for you.
Listen, go to her house. I'm sure her parents would love to see you.
No, trust me. Trust me, they wouldn't.
Oh, why?
You have too much melanin.
Am I in trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably suspended. They probably got zero tolerance policy over there too.
I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do anymore.
I can feel that.
Yes, you do, look. You've got lots of people. Listen to me.
No, I
You've got
don't.
lots-
Yeah, what are you talking about? You? Who?
We'll arrange for somebody for you to have a chat.
Not
to.
another shrink.
No, it's not a shrink. It's...
She said another.
She said
shrink.
another.
Jade, you've got to stay with me.
Leave me alone, miss.
Please.
They keep
Cop's
showing
son.
this dude.
Come on, love.
That's the
It's
cop's
his
son.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on my bad. I got him confused with the other guy, the other kid.
No, the other little black boy had glasses on.
Yeah. It's got to be tough to be the son of a police officer.
He just saw him standing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Come here. You okay?
Yeah.
He's not.
Can I talk to you in private, please?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Private? Yes.
Yeah.
Follow me down here.
Okay,
There's,
thank you. Come on.
there's room upstairs.
I'm talking about in the stairwell. There ain't nothing private about that.
Nah.
That guy in your class, that fellow guy. Huh?
No,
What's up?
sit down.
Shit. Right.
Well, I have. Okay.
Looks like she's being nice, right?
Yeah, but you know, Snapchat.
Dynamite. What do you think that means?
The emojis.
It's an exploding red pill. Pills, the blue pills means you see the world as it wants you to.
That's from the Matrix. You've been watching the Matrix.
Dude, just shut up and listen to your son, man.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, carry on.
Matrix.
Carry on.
He's like,
You'll never get them in a normal way. 80% of women are cut off or she's saying he's an incel, Dad.
Oh.
Forever, basically. And all those people have fighted, which means they're agreeing with her. I'm interested, but not in sex. Orange, you're gonna be fine. It all has a meaning, Dad. Everything has a meaning. I could show you 15 others. Messages sent to Jamie, all different emojis, they're saying the same thing.
Look, I can't tell you what you did. You know that, right?
You all know what you did, Dad.
So we ahead of you, man.
I just thought you needed to know. It was just embarrassing watching you blunder about.
He's trying to pull your coattails, man.
Yeah. Sorry.
You gotta listen to them youngins, man.
Does any of this Instagram stuff affect you?
It's not about me.
I know.
I'm asking.
You don't call me son. You call other people son. You never call me son. Nah, I'm on Insta, but I don't post.
And you're okay, yeah?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nah, you far from fine, my guy.
I should, get back to the last bit of class.
Okay.
The relationship's hella rocky, B.
Yo, I appreciate that scene. I appreciate that scene.
But you know, you're a sucker for any, you know what I'm saying, father-son scene.
I am. And I openly admit it. I openly admit it.
You about to have your Denzel tear coming out right now.
Yo, fathers trying to communicate with sons and sons trying to communicate with fathers, man. Those moments will always get me.
What do you mean?
Katie was bullying Jamie.
Oh, no.
That's what it was. Incel.
Oh, no.
He just shrugged it off. Incel stuff now.
Involuntary celibate stuff, it's the Andrew Tate shite.
Yep.
Hell.
I've heard the boys talking about him.
But people always assume it happens to like young men, but it trickles down.
Mrs. Fenimore, thank you so much.
Until you just not said that, I didn't know what that meant until she said it.
What, the incel?
Incel. Yeah. Incel. When I heard it talked about when they talking about terrorists.
No.
Incels.
That's a different thing.
Yeah. Well, I just now figured out what they was talking about.
Thank you.
You know, because that's
no worries. Thank you.
What an interesting way to talk about it.
Fucking hell.
These kids do be on some whole other shit.
We're only here because you wanted to come, mate.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, does it look like anyone's learning anything in there to you?
No, they learning. They're just not learning what you think they learning.
And you said it smells.
You know, just f***ing stink. All schools stink.
She said the school smell like shit. What is that? I don't know what that smell like.
Pictures and stuff.
Nice.
All kids really need is one thing that makes them feel okay about themselves, mate. That's it.
Yep.
You want kids?
You have never asked me that question before.
I know. It's not something you ask your colleague, is it? I never wanted him.
No?
I do love him very much. And that is the longest he's spoken to me in a while, so.
Wow.
Look, I just, sometimes I don't think I'm the right fit for him as a dad. You know what I mean?
We've got what we need anyway now.
Ish,
What?
you've hated being here, yeah? I get it.
Yeah, she must have got messed up at school. Yeah.
She got real.
Do you know what I don't
bully,
like
the old
about
school
all
bully.
this?
Well, you saw her ears picked up when she heard incel.
Traitor always gets the front line. A man raped a woman. We followed Jamie's brain around this entire case. Not gonna know why, mate. Look at all the things we've seen. You are not gonna know why. You just won't.
Okay, Misha, look,
Yep, because even if you get it from Jamie, you're only gonna get one side of it.
last time.
Yeah, but you've spoken to Ryan.
I know, but he's not saying something. I know there's more. You coming or not?
Her ears perked up when she heard incel. I think something probably happened to her in school. Something traumatic. You know, maybe bullied.
Sir, at least stop the tape.
Okay,
Kaine, sir, go
just 1 second, 1 second. Ryan, go on.
Yo! Straight up, huh?
Come here.
How did they get the
That's the
camera like
slowest
ready
runaway.
for that? That's wild. That was a great shot, by the way. What?
Hey.
Is this on a drone or something?
Fire!
Wait a minute.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
Fire! Don't. You there?
Come on, bro. You let this little kid outrun you? Stop.
He should have been and caught that little boy a long time ago.
On the road!
Don't get hit by a car.
Ooh.
Running.
It's like watching the O.J. Simpson. It's the slowest down runaway.
Come here. Come here.
Now take his ass to the station.
Hey, you call Jamie an incel. What does it mean?
Who'd you that?
What's she bullying?
Why are you always talking to me?
What's it got to do with anything?
Oh.
You know Jamie.
He knows Jamie.
No, he doesn't. Not like you.
He done sold this boy down the river immediately.
Serious answer.
All right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Did you help him get that knife?
No, man.
Uh-uh.
No.
Hey! There's a dead fucking girl! Right?
Right.
Answer the question.
Told him straight up.
It was my knife.
Oh.
I mean, could you look more guilty? He hopped out the window and bounced.
Okay.
Like he needs a private team.
Yeah, we can tell you haven't run like that in years.
Yeah.
He almost hit his medical alert bracelet.
Charge Jamie.
Without you?
We've got everything that we need now.
Do you?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Something I want to sort out.
Have the weapon. That'll have a motive.
My man ain't run like that in a minute. He exhausted mentally and physically.
Not offering you a lift. Come. Here. Look,
Look at the way he's looking around to see who's looking.
all right, it's nearly done now. I'm about to hand it over. I've got some free time. I want to spend it with you.
What the hell's happening?
All right?
Feels when he said, "You don't call me son, you call other people son."
Good. Thank you. Come on.
That's the way you can always get a kid. You offer them food, shit, they in. They can hate eat with the best of them.
Look, put your bag in the back and put your seatbelt on, please. Just come on then. How was school? What lessons did you have?
Maths, chemistry, and French.
Francais. You speak French, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, go on then.
Je m'appelle. Comment ça va bien? S'il vous plaît.
Oh, that's some beginning shit.
Listen, it's the best. The salt and pepper chips, the barbecue sauce, maybe even a bit of mayo.
All right, it better be.
Hey, open up a little bit.
Very good.
So I just start talking about food. They in there.
Uh-oh. Here go Jade. See, like, how did they get this shot? Like, now we're like on a drone after being held on. Like, that's why, like, I got questions on just the production side of things, but that's crazy. How did they do this?
It was a singular shot, so all of it was on a drone.
Nah, there's some cuts somewhere. We just missed them. They were hidden.
I didn't see it.
Exactly.
I was looking.
And that's the beauty of it. Like, where were
I
they?
was looking, and I didn't see no cuts.
Oh, is that where it happened?
Memorial?
Yeah.
Or is it something else? Because the police is over there. Like,
Well, I think that's where she was killed.
is it?
It was by the school.
No, I thought it was. Little creepy ass song.
Oh, that's Jamie's dad.
Jamie's father. some guy solo.
Wow.
I met Tommy.
Ain't even.
Tommy Gems now. Can they
Wow.
charge?
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture in picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. I've got so many just observations, questions, another very good episode for interesting reasons. The overall arching story is cool. It's cool. The characters that we're seeing, the technical side of how to put in some of these shots together and the storytelling that goes along with that, it's been exceptional. Like I said, this is probably one of the more unique pieces of television that I've seen. And I want to say that a lot of the stuff when it comes to the technical side, we'll talk about the story in a hot second. I want to say that, you know, a lot of the stuff that deals with like these one shots you would think they would feel gimmicky by now. You've had like almost 2 straight hours of it, but it doesn't. It still works. They're still doing interesting ways of telling this story by using this form of narration, and I still tip my hat to it. But what's growing even more fascinating is the relationships that some of these folks are having with these kids, be it how the police see these kids, how the parents see these kids, specifically how the fathers see these kids, the teachers, all of that. And there's like this overwhelming idea that there's a whole subculture happening and nobody really has access to it. And I think a lot of older folks, maybe the fathers, maybe just adults in general, think they get it and think they understand, when in actuality, they're clueless. Rakai, how you feeling so far about this episode?
I know that this is a different type of piece and we're doing some character development and moving the story along. Mm-hmm. But I have to admit, I'm starting to check out a little bit.
Okay. All right.
I think part of it is, you know, I spent 19 years in a middle school classroom. I coached high school ball, a couple different sports. I coached middle school.
Okay.
You know, I have 3 teenagers and an 8-year-old myself. Just me being immersed in this world, I just seen it all. I've seen a lot of crazy shit. You know, and I must admit, you know, we are filming this a little bit later. My sinuses and my condition right now is whooping my monkey ass.
Okay.
It's yeah. Give me that solo leveling.
Okay.
But honestly, like a lot of what's going on here with this, I still don't understand. And the thing is, it's got us intrigued because there is a different story. There's a backstory here that I think when they came out, Adam told her that it was bullying on Katie's part. Mm-hmm. There's a whole other side of the story, as there always is. You know what I'm saying? There's, you know, Jamie got his story, Katie would have her story, and then there's the truth. You know, and both of them may tell a story that don't even resemble truth. But I think also, at this point, unless you have overwhelming evidence, that little boy is fighting a losing battle. Because this little girl got stabbed however many times, and if Jamie did it, you cannot go and be like, well, I stabbed her because she was talking bad about me on the internet. Like, you know, to make her, make the victim the bully, the aggressor, is wild work. And even if it is 100% true, and they can produce documents to prove it, a lot of people still ain't gonna let that shit go. They still ain't, you know, in a court of public opinion, some of the people dealing with the case, they just not gonna see it. You mean to tell me that some words that this little girl said on the internet affected you, or these emojis or whatever? And a lot of times grown folks still don't see it. They'll be quick to tell you, those are just words. You shouldn't have let it affect you. And then let somebody at their work say something to them, and they go and they come home and they drinking a fifth, you know, because of something somebody mentioned. Words have power. And the least equipped to deal with the power in those words and the actions that may come out of it, the consequences, are children. So
I think, so one of my favorite shows of all time, to me, is GOATed. The greatest series of all time is The Wire, to me. And of course, there's a lot of cultural bias that goes along with it. But for me, it's the one that really opened my eyes to really good storytelling. And there's this thing. So one of the great things about The Wire is like it's a lot of different stories that happens in the city of Baltimore. You have the story of the kids that, not kids, but the drug market that's happening, story of the kids that are in the school, that are in these impoverished communities, the story of the docks, how the drugs get there, story of the police and how they're trying to catch the corner boys, story of the politics, story of the news reporters, all of that. It's a whole lot of these different things that go into the city of Baltimore in order to tell the story of The Wire, and that's why it's one of the more brilliant things that I've seen. But one of the things that's really interesting is when they tell the story of the corner boys, and the corner boys, for those that don't know, are people that, you know, that sell dope, drugs, whatever it is, hustle in order to make money to survive. And there's a parallel for me because many teachers, many parents have this idea that they understand their children, they understand the language, they understand the culture. And just like in The Wire, the police feel the same way about criminals just in general. They think they get it, they think they understand, they think one thing. And there's an entire subculture, an entire different way of way these individuals communicate, be it the corner boys on the street or be it the kids in these schools. And many of us, parents, teachers, everybody else included, we have an arrogance that because I've been, there's nothing you can do, I've seen everything under the sun, all of that, we do that. I do it. I tell my son that all the time. I am one of those people. I am that. But we have this, we don't want to let go of the idea that we know what's going on. And I think that scene, you know, when Bascombe, the detective, is talking to his son, he's literally seeing his son get bullied, and his son is pulling him to the side and was like, "You're looking like a fool out here." I mean, I'm telling you from the cheap seats that you're looking like a fool out here, and you think you've got it covered. Bascombe's partner Frank pretty much kind of said the same thing in a lot of different ways, and she has some kind of feeling towards these school settings. You can see she wears it. You see it in the teachers. You have a teacher, like he said, that's coming in, you know, tucking his pants in from God knows doing what, who is totally detached from what's going on in general. The kids are on their phones. The kids are communicating on Instagram. The kids are communicating through these emojis. It's an entire thing that's happening, and people just assume that they know what is going on. And I think that to get lost in the idea of, you know, all right, so a kid killed a little girl and that's it. I think there's layers to the story here that talks about the why, what's going on with the incel community, what's going on with these Andrew Tates, how does that trickle down? A lot of people assume that it's like, you know, 30-year-old men that's kind of deal with this, or 25-plus-year-old men that are kind of dealing with this. You know, how does that affect young kids that are in high school? Maybe even trickles down to, you know, kids that are in middle school. We don't know, because once again, just like the police that are in The Wire, we assume we know. We assume that all crooks are the same. We assume that all corner boys are the same. But there is an entire language and culture that is just hidden in plain sight. I just wanted to see if there's anybody. If there's anything else you wanted to sound off on, because I know there's some people. I hear Sherelle in the chat said, "Yo, he still committed murder." That is true, and I know that is the grand conversation. There's a kid that killed a young girl. And I'm sure they're going to address that and get into the details of that. But I think this episode is pretty interesting because it's pulling back some of the layers as to what in the culture would facilitate this type of behavior. You know, is it jealousy? Is it hate? Is it just being picked on? Is it bullying? You know, those are all easy little things that we could point our finger to, but there really could be things a lot deeper than what we're seeing.
Oh no, I'm still confused because I'm trying to. Sometimes you can't rationalize with an irrational mind, and I'm still trying to figure out what could have been done, what could have been said that led to that type of rage. That young man pulled out a knife and stabbed her umpteen times. Like, what could? I mean, I don't know. I can't see that for myself. And sometimes it's hard, even with empathy, to put yourselves in the shoes of other people who've had such situations that are so completely unlike yours. So, you know, I know bullying because I've seen kids be bullied and I shut it down or what have you. But I was never bullied, so I don't know, you know, and then again, we were raised in a different generation.
Yeah.
And what these kids have to go through and be bombarded with stuff, you know, it can be for real 24 hours a day. Hell, these kids, you know, they'll cuss you out and say the most ill stuff in Snapchat. And you go tomorrow and be like, give me your phone. I want to print that message out. That message go.
Yeah.
Go. Oh, no.
Huge shout out to the chat. Teddy in the chat said a counterpoint. Could be other forms of torment and isolation that could be done to him. Well, I think that's a part that there's some of the conversation that goes into incel culture. Isolation plays a big part of it. And then not just being isolated,
but
then
from the bully. She talking about from the bully or from the police?
I'm sorry, for you talking about what Teddy said?
Yeah.
Well, I think
other forms of torture and stuff like that. Like,
well, yeah, well, we didn't have social media when we were kids, so that level of bullying wasn't a thing, you know. But here, when your entire life is spent, you know, on a screen, and there was a whole moment where Ryan was asking the police officer about how popular he was in school. You know, that was one of the more things that he was more interested in because popularity is currency.
And that right there is when he lost it. That right there is when he lost it. You're not one of us. Why am I talking to you for? You don't get it. You don't understand.
Yeah, maybe that I can see it be interpreted that way. I can see that. But if you don't have that type of currency and you do live in a form of isolation and those words do have power, those emojis do have power, then, you know, maybe that's why those actions happen, you know, warranted or not, obviously not warranted, but you know what I mean? Like that part, that kind of tormented isolation from incel culture. There's got to be a why as to why incel culture exists. Outside of it just being, you know, these are just some dumb young men making dumb decisions. You know, maybe there is an argument as to why. I'm curious to know for the women that have had to deal with incel culture. Well, what are your thoughts regarding what's been seen? Is it accurate? Is it a misrepresentation? Is it only one-sided? Because it appeared that Bascombe's partner Frank made it sound like she is seeing it from one side, or she even said it out loud. She's like, we're only approaching it from the side of what Jamie said. You know, maybe there does need to be a deeper understanding as to why Katie would even torment or tease. You know, there's got to be a why behind that as well. The 80-20 rule, for anybody in the chat that has a deeper understanding, I have a very light understanding of the 80-20 rule, just in general, not necessarily in dating, but just in general. Please put that in the chat so we can get a deeper understanding. And how are you feeling about the story in general? We could definitely go on and on.
Well, I didn't know that was a Dr. Umar thing. The 80-20, not Dr. Umar, because I was about to say him, Andrew Tate. So I don't listen to Andrew Tate. So the 80-20 rule, when they talk about incel stuff, you know, 80% of the women want 20% of the man. And 20% of the men, that seems generous.
Well, it's just I think it's Possum's principle. I forgot the name of it, but it applies to everything, including dating. It's a principle. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, and I can see that.
Pareto's principle. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
What we would call it in our culture is high value man, or you know. I guess high value person. And I think a disservice is done in talking about that. I also think it's hard for me I can relate to some of the broader schemes of this.
Okay.
But relating to a lot of the stuff, the way that they do school is different. Not better, just different. The cultural background, you know, this British, there are some cultural differences that don't really have a chance to show up or rear their head until you see something like this.
Okay.
And a number of assumptions that we can make as Americans will not hold up because they're just nonsensical across the pond. So.
Okay. All right. No, I'll co-sign that with you. There is going to be a cultural divide. I'm with that. Sherelle in the chat said, Incel is a term associated Incel is a term associated with a mostly online subculture of people, racially diverse, but mostly white, male, and heterosexual, who define themselves as unable to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one, and who may blame, objectify, and denigrate women and girls as a result. Thank you for that. You know, I kind of want to let this kind of like sit and cook for a little bit for those people in the comment section. Do you have any closing thoughts regarding the story that's being told this episode that we just got done watching, the subject matter as a whole, or the series as a whole? I just threw a whole bunch at you.
Right now the story has a hole.
Okay.
Has a hole in it. It's not a terrible thing. It can be fixed, but we're doing all this talky. And we still don't know. It could be, it may not be, but it could be red herring that they showed us the videotape so early.
Okay.
And now the kids know it's a videotape. Is that him?
They claim it's him.
You know, the way his friend was acting, he was squirrely. Was that him? You know, and really, if it was, does that make Katie part of the incel group that's online spreading hate and race baiting and doing a lot of other stuff to young, vulnerable males who, you know, you're going to be alone forever. So I don't know, because that sounds like, if that's the case, that almost sounds like a honeypot kind of thing.
I don't know. That's interesting.
I don't know. I think there's something still that we are missing. I know they're looking for the weapon. I know they're looking for the motive, but I think we're halfway through, and I still think there's a huge chunk of this that we're missing. And I think we just scraped the surface when his son came in and kind of put him up on game.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I can't wait to see what you all think of the chat. I can understand. You say the word incel is going to be a hot topic. And then we got an entire show that kind of delves with it. I'm hoping next episode, there's only 4, that the next episode is probably going to deal with Jamie's dad. I'm assuming because we saw the camera kind of focus on him as it kind of closed everything out, and maybe we can get his understanding, because we did get an interesting viewpoint from Bascombe as the cop, realizing that he doesn't have the relationship with his son that he probably wants. And I'm curious to see if they explore that, with Jamie's dad, and based off of that last scene, maybe possibly. Hey, if you're wondering who it is that we've been talking to off screen, members of the Patreon get a special section of the Discord where you get a chance to watch us do these reactions. And this is one of those projects where we tip our hat to those Patreon members and enjoy the live response. Now, if you've been enjoying the conversation that me and Rakai have had, even though he is chocked full of Benadryl probably right now because his allergies are killing him. Thank you, man. I can't thank you enough. I literally am dragging him out, and I'm like, we getting this adolescence in. Just go on and drink that purple stuff, and you'll be all right.
Run, y'all. He beats me. He beats me.
Even out here like a champion, and I couldn't be happier. If you've been enjoying that conversation that me and Rakai have had, do yourself a favor. Head over to his YouTube page. Hit that subscription button, and of course, show some love to his Patreon as well. Rakai, tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
What are y'all talking about? I'm in here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I feel like when I open my eyes that wide, I feel like Keith Lee. Yes, the food was amazing, and it was a 7 out of 10. Anyway, y'all come see me. Patreon.com or YouTube.com/Newfromdaville, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. If I said it too fast, it'll be in the description. Make sure that whatever you do, just like what we do, whenever we watch anything, we use this. This is your first line of defense. But, the brick wall is really maintained by this. Use this right here. Put your heart into it. Thank you, Chef.
Hey, thank you, Chef. And thank you all so much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you on the next episode. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.